I want to be very brief. New Smyrna is going to have a meeting tonight at what time? 5 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I plan on going. Mr. Conroy's plan on going. And I would like your consensus. I've thought about this a lot. I'd like to go up there and, be nice and da-da-da and say, hey, you were nice enough to come down here and say, we don't want you to close that road, please. And, they're sort of ignoring us. So what I'm going to say at the end, if you close that road, you need to bring some equipment and get that pretty little sign that says, welcome to New Smyrna, and move it back across the canal.
I'm not sure I would go that far. It's funny, though. I like that idea.
I'm dead serious.
I know. 9th is where they're going to close it at the four-way stop sign.
Oh, okay.
So that's
it's going to be a little bit further.
Into Smyrna.
Okay.
Can you imagine everybody that goes there and then they turn around at everybody's driveway because they can't get?
Or they're going to go down Hamilton.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll have to close Hamilton. Then we'll close the other one.
So you do not want me to take the strong stance?
Do it. Well,
for me, I feel like we need to work together with them. What can we do to help you figure this out? What can we do from our end to help? Is there something we can,
But they did come here, and we were willing, or Mayor, give them 30 days.
I'm not willing to.
I know you're not, but we did try to compromise with them.
Right.
But not, I'm just saying.
For me, now they're bending over backwards to make sure that I got the email and the information on it. And I will tell you, I talked to their mayor a week after I knew that they were going to have another public meeting and they were talking about closing it at 9th. I talked to him, the mayor of New Smyrna, a week later. He didn't know. They hadn't even talked to him about it.
Well, they're listening to the council listened to the vocal minority. I mean, how
the
many
40 people who live on there
are right there,
holding the 1,300 people that use it.
And I don't know if you remember this.
One way.
Do you remember when Sally McKay was mayor and we were doing the restoration deal out west of town, and they came down here and got their nose in our business, told us that we were going to do this, that, and the other, and I didn't like that a bit. So I mean, I'll do it if you want me to, but Gary, Mr. Conroy was sort of in your position like, ooh, that's kind of strong, but that's the way I feel about it, How can you close off a public road,
I don't know. For me, I would like it to be because what they'll do is say, well, why are you even here? That's what they'll say. It's a New Smyrna issue now, and we're closing it our thing. So I already heard that once. When they were asking us to close our street, there were residents from that street saying, this isn't an Edgewater meeting. I don't know why you're here. This is a Smyrna meeting. So just be aware of that's the mentality.
I know. I've been to their meetings.
So
and they feel like we're a lower class than they are. I'm serious.
Yeah,
But we do have a lot of other partnership agreements, like the Southeast Volusia Marketing Initiative and our Brownfields grants and other things that I wouldn't want to hinder by.
Now, what about the transport? Do they have their own transport yet, or are we transporting for them?
That I don't know.
They don't have
one. They have transport.
We're transporting for them, right?
Yeah.
If we're the closest unit, unit transports.
See, there's a lot of things. If they want to go to war, I think, it'd be a war. But
I think it's more.
But I wanted to get consensus for you before I go up there and shoot my mouth off. So.
But we can always do it later if they do close it and they say, okay, after we try diplomacy, and if they go ahead with it, then we can always say, you got half hour to move your sign.
Yeah, because I'm curious to see where, in what direction they go. Like that was one of the things that they came up with, and that's directly what the assistant city manager told me. We had the traffic study person told us, that's maybe what we should do, and so that's.
But their own numbers don't support that action.
Trust me. I know.
It's just like people say they're speeding down Mango, and you do a speed study.
Yeah.
In 6 hours.
They ignored their own traffic study, basically.
To placate.
Yeah, 40 people.
out of 22,000
Yeah.
every day. And that's all Southeast Volusia. Everybody south of us, too, is going to be affected.